Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Smut Club, the podcast where smut is better with friends. And we are back.
We're back
in the morning, bright and shiny, happy to be here.
We have had some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
We fell back. Is that what we call it? Fall forward, fall back.
Fall back.
Say, where do we vote for daylight savings time not being a thing? I don't know.
Didn't Joe Biden want to get rid of it?
We were talking about
Does the president have the power to just be like, no more time?
Well, what's the point of it?
President sure did think he did.
The last president thought he had
about
a
it,
lot of
like
power for a lot of
in
things.
Congress or something. They've actually been discussing it. I know that. I would like to write and say, please get rid of it.
There are some.
I'm sick of it.
There are some states that like don't do it
Because it's going to be dark today at like 0 o'clock.
Yeah.
at the pickleball game.
Don't get
It's
to
gonna start
play
to get dark
after school. You just don't get to play in the winter.
Just
at
can't
all.
go.
Yeah.
It's
the worst.
the stats are insane. It's like accidents go up, suicides.
Everyone is sad.
So
Yeah.
like the traffic, once it starts getting dark at like 4 o'clock,
Yes.
no one knows how to fucking drive.
Yeah.
Everyone starts freaking out. It's like, oh my god.
Well, in our region, it really. If it rains,
In our
if
region.
it's dark,
Anything less
If it
than
flurries,
perfect
anything
conditions.
less than perfect weather, we lose our
even
minds.
School shut down.
Heaven
could not
forbid
possibly
a
drive
snowflake
a
fall
vehicle.
from the sky.
Yes.
Correct.
There's the weather is a little bit cold. We're incapacitated.
Let me tell you, it's been cold here this week, and I have not been okay. It's been very cold.
Yeah.
It's the annoying kind though. It's where it's freezing freaking cold in the morning, and so you're like, I need to put a sweater on, and then by the end of the day, you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's so
Or you get
hot.
in your car, and your car is like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I love that feeling. I
Yeah.
love the feeling of getting into a hot car and
do
just
not
kind of
enjoy that
roasting
feeling.
and
Ew.
feeling into my skin.
No,
That is my
ma'am.
favorite feeling. I do it for as long as I can. Listeners, chime in. Do you like sitting in a hot car?
No,
No, ma'am.
No.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Brings me a lot of joy. You know what else brings me a lot of joy?
Anthony Bridgerton.
Anthony Bridgerton.
What a good segue.
Wow, that's efficient. That's your intro.
Welcome, everyone.
A little bit about the
Here-
weather,
should we let our
and we're moving on.
listeners-
Here's
See
a
it
peek,
behind-
a peek behind the curtain is
Yeah.
that we recorded last week's episode literally last night. And
That's what we're saying.
We did all of our 40 minutes of chatting last night.
Well, and we did all of our hour and so chatting this morning at the first watch.
The first watch.
Yeah.
We got it out. Yeah.
Yeah, we've caught up. We've determined
caught
that
up.
Taylor Swift would not have a dog. Mm-hmm. That she's not a dog person.
She's not. That's okay.
We've also
Cats are better.
we've recapped many things.
I disagree.
I have to disagree with that too. Cats are lovely,
I like
but not better.
cats are fine.
You think the cats are better? Better than dogs.
A cat has
think they're
never
different.
greeted me the way that my dog greets me when I get home.
I can't read cats. I
point.
don't know what they're thinking.
I think
don't
you
know what
are
they're
a
gonna
cat.
do. I don't know if they're gonna kill me. I don't know if they're just gonna let me rub their belly. I have no
Yeah.
idea, but
Prince
I know what my
greets me
dog's
at the
gonna
door.
do.
Hobbs did. Yeah, you know exactly what your dog is going
I
to
know
do.
exactly what my dog, and I know what she's thinking before she does it because I can see it in her eyes.
Oh. Prince greets me at the door.
But
I
does Prince
know.
leap up with joyous bounds?
And give you big kisses.
Yes.
Well, I walk in and then he starts rolling around the floor, and then I get down on the floor
That's
with him.
cute.
Yeah.
That is.
So it's a cat
cute.
version of a greeting. He finds one of his little pride mice and carry it around his mouth, and he'll meet me at the door.
Carry mice around?
Yeah,
Bring them to you?
yeah, and then he'll bring it, and then we'll roll around the floor and have cat time for 5 minutes.
Cute.
Yeah. So there's greetings with cats.
You win.
I ain't never seen it.
All right.
Katie also gets horribly allergic.
I'm very allergic. to
Any-
That's two.
Anytime you've heard a sneeze on this podcast, it's because of my cat.
The cat.
Yes. Well, okay, we've caught up on the things,
Yes.
and this is part 2 of season 2.
Yes, we're gonna do episodes 4 through 6 today.
We either have like 45 minutes of an opening, or we're just like,
Or
all right,
4 minutes.
let's
or
go.
4
We are
minutes.
also on like a time limit today. Because
Yes.
we got to get to the pickleball courts.
We have a pickleball championship to attend. To cheer, not a single one of us here
No.
are going to be participating,
No,
but
we shan't.
Katie Bird's partner.
But we're gonna cheer on.
Yeah, we're
gonna
gonna
dominate.
We're gonna be there
We're
happily
gonna have
cheering.
the biggest cheering section
I've learned so much about pickleball.
against our will, really.
Yes, Jay has also been partaking. Okay.
So we're going to dive in episodes 4 through 6 of Bridgerton season 2.
That's where the plot's getting good.
So episode 3 kind of wrapped up with the bee sting, the sexy, sexy bee sting. And
I'm still not over that. I would never suck that out of someone.
that didn't actually.
So in the show, that didn't happen. But in the
I've
book,
still thought
it
about it this
sure
whole time.
did. Can you imagine having to get married because somebody sucked your titty? Whoops.
I mean,
Well,
yes.
Actually, yes.
Yes.
Actually, that is what beauty culture would say.
I did that.
Yeah. You must marry him.
Must. Yeah, I wrote here, Kate is kind of keeping to herself, doing her wistful stares out the window. And I wrote, because she was feeling those pussy quivers when Anthony held her bosom.
Kate, you're just not your
Did you actually put that in there?
Yeah,
Ew.
it's right here.
Ew, I don't want to.
When Anthony held her bosom and
Yeah.
and breathed heavily
The
together.
heavy breathing.
heavily breathing.
Yes. It was. They needed to really
I mean,
contemplate.
That's not a good
you
enough
don't know what
excuse to
pussy
use the
quiver
word
feels like.
Ew.
It's pretty good. I like it. Speaking of pussy throbbing,
Lord.
this episode starts one of my
What a
favorite
segue.
tropes of all time: forced proximity with our enemies to lovers. So Edwina is like, "Oh, this whole time I was trying to make him fall in love with me. We gotta make him fall in love with you, Kate. Why don't you hang out with Anthony all the time?"
Y'all need
Kate's
to
like,
spend a lot of time together.
And Kate's like, "Awesome, yeah,
Awesome.
It's like forced proximity, and it's so fucking messy.
I honestly, on the first time I watched this through, when that happened, I was like, "Is there a twist? Like, is there a twist coming? Is she actually trying to get Kate?"
Oh, it's like a
with
prelude,
yeah,
yeah.
I was wondering if like there was like a secret because the first time I watched it, I was like, "How's this gonna work out?"
Isn't it so abundantly
Because I
clear?
know that he's gonna end up with Kate, but he's about to marry Edwina. So I was like, "Wait, how's this gonna happen?" So I was like, "How does that work out?" And so then I was wondering, like, "Oh, is it actually going to be like a switch thing where the whole time Edwina was actually trying to get Kate and Anthony together or something like that?" It didn't work out.
Good
As
guess.
it turns out, it's just messy
It's
as hell.
just so messy.
It's
It did
so
not work out that
messy.
way. I might have preferred
Well, I
it
can
that
see
way,
why you
but
thought
here
that
we
because
are.
the bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It preluded a lot.
Well, and the way that she's acting too, she's like, "Well, y'all have to spend so much time together now, and this is what you have to do." So I was like, I wonder. And then it was not that way. So,
I mean, it really, there was no telling the direction this was going to
Yeah.
go. It was, watching it the first time, it was, the tension was thick.
Oh, so
much
thick.
tension.
Yeah. Not the only thing that was thick.
I mean,
Our little sidebars today.
what you got, Brandon?
So there was like 5 minutes in, 5:43. I said, "Can you imagine no AC and then those thick ass dresses?" I don't know why I thought of like, oh, they're sitting there riding through that, and then I'm like, oh, they don't have no AC in those little things, do they?
And it's layers and layers
And they're
of shit.
Yeah, and they're sitting on those curtain
No.
things.
Same thing with how the men dress. Like they're in those like wool suits and stuff.
Maybe it wasn't as hot then.
Well, it probably, and also like women fainted frequently. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
that was like a common like they called it swooning, but
Yeah.
like they were straight up just fainting.
there's no way.
passed
Yeah.
out.
I literally
Starving and roasting.
And squeezing their
no,
insides.
there's no way.
And
I was
great
literally
with child
using
all the time.
And great with child.
I was using my
Constantly pregnant.
cooling seats today.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I always because it's cooling your lower back and your bum.
Yeah.
and it's just a good, great feeling.
But I bet
Feels
that
nice.
is a good feeling.
Love a good icy
it's just-
booty.
Yeah, it's just pumping air through the seat.
Yeah.
It
Love
reminded
it.
me really cozy. I turn on my seat warmers all the time.
Ew.
Me too. I do love my seat warmers.
Mine in my new car,
We cannot do
Especially-
that.
blows
especially in the morning.
air. It's like it's like perforated now, so it blows air instead of like the regular heated leather seats.
We'll take my car to the pickleball thing
Better keep
because
it in cool.
all the seats have availability of both, so y'all can test
There you
it
go.
out.
There you go.
Check it out.
I don't know if the backseat does or not.
One of my favorite B plots in this season is the like team up of Penelope and Lady Delacroix.
Yes.
Or Madame Delacroix, I guess.
Madame Delacroix.
Yeah, so she like I guess she finds out that Penelope's Lady Whistledown, and then she starts sewing her dresses so Penelope can hide her articles in her dresses when she goes to deliver them.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Love it.
I joked. I was like, is she trying to get free shipping out of this? Like,
Trying to get free shipping.
yeah. I was like, that's what I know. So I was like, she's trying to get free shipping.
The retail guy.
exactly how that worked. But yeah, it was getting really hard to keep this secret. Like they were going to be discovered.
Well, because people were seeing her, like, because she was doing all the marketing and all the printing, and people were seeing her, and so she's like, I need help now.
Smart.
And who better to help than Madame Delacroix?
Madame Delacroix is the unsung hero.
The unsung hero.
Girl, strong girly.
Strong woman character whom we love. She had a lot going on. She's a woman. I loved at some point Lady Featherington was like, can you imagine a woman
Reduced to running her own business?
labor?
Yes.
I mean, same. I also don't dream of labor.
Can
you imagine?
Dream of labor.
A woman going to work every day?
Gross.
I truly don't.
Yeah.
And then, so 8 minutes and 42 seconds. So Edwina is forcing Kate to hang out with Anthony, and one of the things they do is go hunting. And she's like, Kate is a great shot. You should go hunting with the boys.
Yes.
And Anthony's like, well, women can't hunt. They shan't be hunting. And
Could never.
yeah. And Kate is a girl just like me. Like, the moment you tell me I can't do something, I will be the best fucking person at that thing that you tell me I cannot do.
She said, do not or not allowed to.
Yeah.
We don't hunt or we're not allowed to
not
hunt.
allowed to hunt.
It's
Yeah.
an important distinction here.
But she does.
She does.
Goes hunting.
She sure does.
I know.
And she says, actually, we need to go this way because I'm going to tell you right now, this is where the deer are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see the
Y'all
tracks?
are scaring them.
Y'all
right
are stupid.
Now.
There's tracks going this
Y'all
way.
are stomping all around with their big ass feet. You're scaring the deer away. She knows what's going on. Katie, share the story with us here.
Oh, I wrote a paragraph.
By all means,
You sure did.
So I
Story time with Katie.
I grew up with two brothers, and so I did get a lot of like, girls don't do that. You're the only girl. You can wear
can't
dresses and play with dolls, which I did do, but also
You can tame multitudes.
yes, I can do both. And so in college, all the boys would play Super Smash Brothers a lot, which I also grew up playing because I have two brothers. And so I used to play a lot with A, and we would practice together. And whenever he would play with his
Because you were
friends,
together in high school.
yes,
Yeah.
whenever he would play with his boys, his bros, he would always circulate me in, which I really appreciate.
Aw.
And they would just be like, oh, he's just doing this to be nice so his girlfriend can play. And then I got to play and beat the shit out of them.
Yes.
Good.
And they would all just
Amazing.
they would all say, wow, Katie's actually good at this game. Yeah, she
Yeah.
is.
Women simply just cannot be good.
Yeah,
Right.
forbid
Never.
I would play a video game.
Ever.
I can confirm I don't know if I've played video games with you, but like many a board game moment, like strategy oriented board game or deck building game.
Deck building.
Katie corrected me about Dominion. She was like, no, that's a deck building game. And I'm like, oh,
My bad.
oh, yes, not a.
There's not a board in that one.
You're right. There's not a board in that game, but like. All the time we'll play with our partners and Jay will be like, oh, and he is constantly surprised when you win. And I'm like, you need to stop underestimating Katie's ability
Or
to
just
beat
women in
you.
general.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, and it's just because I am not, gaming is just not, it requires a lot of sustained attention that I don't have to spare.
Sustained attention.
And so I'm just not a big gamer. And so I think he's just categorized all women as like not, and I'm like, no, some women are quite good at this. This is
Do you like
real
video games or do you
binary.
like board games? Because you have every version of Catan ever made.
Both.
Oh, so why are those over
It's not
there?
that I don't like them. It's complicated. I like a party game. I like a silly game. Those are Jay's.
You don't like it to be by yourself playing the game. You like a social surrounding of the game.
Yeah, I want like a chatty, like a fun chatty
Gotcha.
game
Yeah.
moment. That brings
Gotcha.
me joy.
I
yeah.
also really love a game that doesn't. Sometimes I do love a competitive game where there is a winner, but I also don't like who I become in a competition.
super competitive.
So I
Savannah's
like,
also
I
very
like a
competitive.
super lighthearted. There's not really a winner. Everyone's just kind of hanging out kind of game because I don't have to get nervous that people are gonna be like, wow, we do not want to hang out with her anymore. Yeah,
That's your wing 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to fucking win.
We played Secret Hitler one time. It was like us and
Secret
Ashley
Hitler is
and her
so
partner.
fun.
Yeah, so it was
Okay,
like the
now I
6
like
of
that
us
game.
playing that game. And so I think maybe I had been Hitler that round, and Savannah's husband was on my team, and he was just straight up gaslighting Savannah, and she knew it. She was like, "You're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting me." You're not. Like her face was turning red. She's like, "You're lying.
we cannot.
We need to play this game.
Me
Yeah.
and
Secret
S
Hitler?
cannot
Yeah,
play games together.
Like the dictator.
Yeah. So
So,
it's
yeah.
like liberals versus fascists, basically.
And so you have to yell and point and say, "You're a fascist!"
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the goal is for the liberals to pass all their liberal policies, but if the fascists pass their policies throughout the game, they get like more advantages. Like the fascists will get to kill somebody,
But
like,
it's a secret who is who.
Yeah.
Like you don't know who's liberal and who's fascist. You're just seeing their actions.
Yeah.
So they can say and act anything out, but it gets really fun, really
Yeah.
quick. I mean, it's rife with gaslighting.
Yeah.
it's
It is.
so good.
I can read his eyes though. That was the big thing. Like he's not very good at staying neutral in his eyes. So I was like, I am looking at you right now,
you're a liar.
and I know you're a liar.
And all of a sudden,
Her voice just kept getting higher and higher.
I was just shouting.
a real relationship.
Y'all heard, and
challenge.
it was like escape game. I was literally just shouting.
It was so
Not the
good.
escape game.
Yes.
We're in charge
I
in
hate
that
it.
game.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I do. I tend.
Can we play that?
My tendency
Yeah, we will.
is
It's so fun.
to just
Yeah.
be like, this is a stupid game anyway. Like if I start to lose, and I'm like, well, I don't even really like this
This
game.
game
Anyway.
kinda
This
sucks
is
anyway.
stupid. I
Yeah.
don't even really
Yeah.
want to do this.
Same.
We have lots of games
I
like that.
immediately will just start doing that. I don't know what that
Y'all
comes
have
from.
lots of games, period.
We have lots of
the
games.
beach trip, oh my God. If Hope were here, she could corroborate my story here.
Collab.
But seriously, we filled a whole dining room
Yeah.
of a beach house with just board games.
Oh.
Just
Nice.
just strategy and board. It's amazing.
It is fun. It is fun to just hang out and drink and talk and eat little snacks and
I
stuff.
have a hard
but
time not being immediately good at something.
I'm just saying, that's my
I
thing.
will say that that is a shitty part of my wiring is I need to be immediately good at something or I
Yep.
don't care, and so it's
Yep.
not something I'm proud of. It's just true.
No, that is exactly
And-
correct.
yeah.
If I am not immediately good at it, I'm like, well, I don't like this. This is a bad game.
And then I
don't
goof
like this
off.
game.
Yeah, and then it pisses my partner off because he takes it very seriously.
But the
whole
reason
time.
that I do that is because S is immediately good at everything he's
Yes.
ever done ever, and so
My
I'm
partner
like,
is the same way.
I fucking hate this game.
yeah.
It's a stupid game.
Yeah, I guess
You're gonna win,
It
and
is-
I'm just
because-
losing the whole
exactly.
time.
I was like, this isn't fun for me because we haven't even started, and I already know that you're going to win this game. So it's just,
Yeah.
this isn't a fun activity for me.
it's gonna
I-
take me a minute to get good.
How is he so good at
I don't want.
everything?
I don't. Just
Yeah.
know. It's so.
Men.
It's so annoying.
I just want to be good
Men.
at things, and so like if I'm not good the first time, I'm like, now I understand the game, and so next time,
practice. I will fucking kill you.
so like once I have a chance to learn it and then
Yeah.
internalize the strategy, and then I also ask my partner because my partner is a very honest
He gets
person.
great.
Yeah.
And so I'll be like, what is the best thing for me to do at this time? And so he'll give me a very honest, like, if I were in your position, here's what I would do. And so that way I can learn, like, I can get in his mind. And
Yeah.
he's good
Yeah.
at things. So if
Yeah.
I can kind of get where he is, then I can understand how to win the game.
I truly hate learning. I truly hate learning. Full stop. I truly hate learning like instructions to a game, like the ins and outs of it. And A is the only person who can really like. I will listen. Like he will explain it in such a helpful way.
Speaking of being taught how to play games, Anthony teaches Kate how to shoot a gun. And I really,
To circle back.
I really enjoyed that.
I love a teach me.
I love it. Even
I
like,
love
seems
a
as though
put
she
your
did,
arms.
too.
This is a Princess Diaries too.
Yes.
Moment. It's
Oh,
what I'm
my
saying.
God.
even if I'm good at it,
Princess
I don't
Diaries.
care. If I'm good at it,
I'll pretend,
I'll
yeah.
pretend like I'm stupid. I don't
Yep.
know.
Just wrap your arms around me
mean-
and teach me how to do this.
God, that was such a hot scene in Prince Stars.
Seriously.
Oh,
when he breathes on her
his
ear.
hand slides over her shoulder.
And he says, and release.
Oh,
And then
Oh.
he says, how did that feel?
It's so good.
so horny. Yeah, no,
so
we
horny.
watched it recently.
You and I,
a good one.
The boys were over there playing a game, and then you and I are on the couch just watching.
We're
Princess
watching
Diaries.
Princess Diaries too, and I'm like, oh my god,
It's
I watched
horny.
this as a child, very into it though.
That's why I love Enemies to Lovers. I think it's because of that movie.
Yeah.
Yes,
Truly.
enemies
Yeah.
to lovers.
I felt
You know,
something.
it really sets
At
up the
9.
girlies
Yes, I
for
was like,
failure.
Wait a second.
I love it
always
when
a
they
good
fall
thing.
into that
Have
fountain.
you seen this? We have to watch it.
You have to watch
Is
it.
it a movie?
Yes.
Sexy.
Chris
Love it.
Pine is the prince, or not the prince, but like he's kind of like a viscount.
He's
actually.
like, yeah, I think he is a viscount, maybe. And
Enemies
he's
to
trying
lovers.
teach her. But they hate each other and they stomp around. Me, me, me,
And they
me.
fall into a fountain.
Oops. And they flounder about and they kiss.
He's trying
Chris
to
Pine?
Chris Pine, yeah.
And she's falling in the. Or
They
she's
dance in front of
marrying
the lake. They
someone.
Yeah.
sleep under the tree together.
Yes, and then they wake up. We know.
We stayed out all night.
Yeah.
We stayed out all night.
Oh my god, we stayed out on it.
It's on
That's
Netflix?
exactly what happened
Disney Plus.
in Bridgerton. They woke up. Yes, that's literally. We're not there yet.
You're right. Okay.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
okay, so he teaches her as if she needed to be taught, but he teaches her.
I still enjoyed it. What you got?
Oh, before we get there, or outright before, Colin, you skipped right over. Colin, You and the Colin narrative are just like I just read it. I read it.
Yeah.
Oh, am I
I think that's
It's
after.
at 24 minutes. It's after that.
Oh no, when the oh shit, did I have wrong times? Anyways, he was wearing the light blue, looked really nice, and then that's where he met Marina. Marina,
With her baby.
Marina.
With her twins,
Yes.
actually.
Yes,
That was so
I
interesting.
put that note of like, can you imagine having twins back then?
Absolutely
No.
Super
not.
dangerous.
Or even
Just never.
one,
Dangerous for
but
the
twins.
babies and for the mom.
Yes.
She looked fabulous though. They
Yes,
both
absolutely.
She
did.
did.
No.
And they were sitting there
Oliver.
like reminiscing. I'm like, they still love each other.
Baby Oliver.
And then I put
So interesting.
what?
Just that he was like, I'm gonna go talk to my ex.
Yeah.
and have
Oh, yeah.
dinner, and I'm gonna bond with her new
And I
husband.
like
Yeah.
I like that Kate was, or not Kate, Marina was like, we're
Yes.
done. We're done.
Yeah.
That was
like,
great.
What you want is right in front of you. You need to leave.
She's a real one for
She
Penelope
shot
too.
it
She was
straight.
like, "You have someone in your life," and he was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Your
Penelope.
family, Penelope."
Penelope. It's like,
And he was like,
Penelope.
What do you mean?
She's just Penn.
Yes,
She doesn't count.
Pen.
She's just
You're
a
my friend.
Yeah, yeah. No, she was real. I'm glad we kind of circled back around.
Yeah.
Because she did. That was tough last
I'm
season.
glad that she gave him some closure because, that was, I was getting kind of tired.
I was laughing
of him.
at them like talking about Greece and like talking, and she was just sitting at the dinner table like looking
She's
at
like,
them.
please
Relatable,
done.
honestly.
Yes. True.
Yes,
Birth two children.
yes, please. I
I'm
want to be.
good.
I want to be alone.
Can y'all go talk about trees somewhere else? Okay, what else you got?
I put why is I'm a little behind. I put why is there so many people going damn hunting? It's like a
It's a
fiesta.
It's a damn fiesta.
Yeah, I was like the way, but then I put Smut the way he looked at her leg when she lifted it up.
Oh,
in
yes.
that
When she
slip
lifts her
dress.
skirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she lifted. I mean, the ankle was erotic, but she lifted
It was,
all
you got
Yeah.
her
the way.
calf
All the
muscle
way,
was
yeah.
all the way.
Like
it
up
was
to
out.
her thigh. It was hot.
Yeah.
Well, and I love kind of this thread the whole time of like the brother or the two, Benedict and Colin. They're both on to Anthony being hot for Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not.
Oh yeah, they figured it out.
The whole time they're like, oh yes, and the older sister, the older
Yeah,
sister,
interesting.
the older sister. They
Am I
know.
tied up?
Yeah,
They see the tension.
it's them, and then and Violet sniffed it out right
Yes.
away. She was
Yeah.
like,
And then Daphne figured it out.
Daphne
Yeah.
was like,
"Wait just a minute."
when she met Kate, she was like, "Oh, you must be the one." And
Violet knew
it's
the
actually
whole
no, it's
time.
this really like small
Yeah.
dull girl over here.
I love that Edwina. Yeah, that was fun. I love that Edwina and Mom had no idea. Everybody's like, "Oh no, everything's fine." But Lady Danbury and all of the Bridgertons are like, "No, Anthony and Kate are obviously related."
Obviously,
Yeah.
This is abundantly
Yeah.
clear to all.
yeah,
yeah.
And I put oh my god, this is hot. I'm going to go look lost at a gun range immediately.
Yes.
Help me hold my gun, British sir. I'm simply incapable with my gay, delicate hands.
Though I don't think a gun range is where you want to meet a man.
Yeah.
I mean, with
Why
Country
not?
Curious, I might.
Well, yes,
Oh, that'd be so
that may be a fling situation. They might not be the type of man you want to build a life
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'll ride up with my pink Taylor Swift 2024 flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
they'll love that.
I don't know. Yeah, that could be a good time.
Someone brought that to the hockey game. They were on like the big screen with their flag
Love
with
it.
the Taylor Swift
Oh, cute.
2024.
I love it.
Yeah, I took a photo.
Cute.
And then then I put you have Penelope quote. I said y'all the way I clutch my pearls.
And
Who said that again?
Marina.
Marina.
you have Penelope.
That was it. Okay, that's why I was like,
Well,
yeah.
He also
So she
went
was
into
trying to
her home.
force him to like understand what they have. Maybe.
Yes.
She was trying to be like, you need to move on. Like,
Yeah.
I am married. I have twins. Like, this
You-
is never going to happen.
But that was the thing. Like he showed up to her home where she lives with her husband and children.
Yes.
and was like, "Hello,
I'd
so
like
is
to
this
stay
ever going to
for
be
dinner."
something?" And it's
I'd like to stay for dinner.
no, I think he wanted closure. Why
yeah,
was he?
that's weird, Colin. We don't do that.
He's a baby.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
We don't
do
want
that.
closure.
Write a letter.
Why?
Just write a
No,
letter.
no. I just thought the way that he like just showed up and was like, I'm gonna have dinner with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't
And
like
her
it.
husband
And
and,
her husband and
children.
And then
Yeah.
the husband and him getting along.
Yeah, they're pals.
And then
That
she was like,
But you
she
could
was
tell,
wanting
like,
to go.
when the husband showed up, he was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But I mean, it was a marriage of duty. Like
Yeah.
they weren't. It wasn't like
Yeah.
he wasn't jealous
But Marina's
necessarily.
happy. She's like, I'm comfortable, and he's a nice man, and like
a good
I got
father.
these 2 babies. Yeah,
Twins.
That's wild. I mean, good for her though. I'm glad. Yeah, that we.
I know you stopped at 27.
I sure did.
I knew it. Here,
wrote,
go ahead, take
in
that
the
away.
middle of the night, in my dreams, Kate. she can't sleep because she's so horned up for Anthony.
She just simply could not sleep.
She's just
horned
so she
up.
goes to the library in her nightgown and she's picking out the book, and then Anthony shows up and he's like, "Oh, I thought we left a candle on or something."
You said she's horned up.
She's horned up. And then the way, so she's holding a book and he takes it from her hand, and the way he slides his hand over the front of the book, he's like, "This was my father's library."
He loved these books.
And he's just
You're
caressing.
so hot and bothered by the way he was caressing.
Dude. That whole scene is, but she's in her nightgown,
Yeah.
like
And they're
completely covered
standing
up.
and they're using their whispers. They're talking very.
She was like randomly
It's the
looking at
middle
the
of the
books.
night in a storm.
That would be
Especially like,
"Oh, you startled me, Mr. Bridgerton."
it would be like
No one's
nowadays,
awake.
like,
in
It's
your
so
bra,
forbidden.
like yeah, being in like your little teddy in the kitchen,
Yeah.
like and
Seriously.
someone walking in,
Teddy.
Yeah.
yeah, like a little nightie.
And then y'all are talking, and there's the idea that someone else gets.
A teddy.
And
A teddy.
we need a jingle for
Yes.
whatever we educate you about.
So, what do you know about women's lingerie?
Yeah, teach me. Tell me more.
I don't.
Not a thing.
So a teddy is like the little baby doll. Like it's like there's a bra and ruffles and sheer.
Yeah, it's like
like a baby-
it's a nightgown, but it's all sheer and lacy.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds
for sexy,
great.
hot.
Brandon's like, wow.
Wow, that sounds awesome. So, what do you do with it?
You wear
You
it.
wear it.
Wear it around?
when you want
For
to
what
have
reason?
sex.
You wear it to look
To look
pretty.
hot.
Yeah.
Around your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that like guys wearing gray sweatpants?
You have no
Yes.
kids.
It's very similar,
Yes.
yes, actually. much like that.
That's our male teddy, is a guy in gray sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants, no
Literally.
shirt. That's exactly what it's like.
Or just wear underwear, but okay.
Boxer
yeah, or
briefs.
that.
Or that.
That works too.
Boxer briefs does the trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is Kate was in her boxer briefs.
Yes.
We're gonna mix all the
So if
metaphors.
you're
With
right,
with no covering of her boobies.
If you reverse it,
Seriously.
it's like if Anthony were walking around in his like loose little like period pants.
His what?
Correct.
Yes, that's what I meant. Like Regency era, like pants that are like
I was
around
like,
his
did men
hip.
have periods back
No.
then? I was so confused.
I just couldn't get the words out.
Period pants.
His Regency era pants, no
Anthony
shirt with the
didn't show
suspenders
up
hanging
with
down.
his boxers or anything. He had a full
Period
outfit
pants
back
on.
on.
Well, he was a
Fully
little
fucking
unbuttoned
dressed.
and untucked, and his suspenders were
I do
hanging
think
down a little bit.
think that there was some unbuttedness happening.
I do
was
know that there
supposed
were.
to- yeah.
yeah.
I do
that
remember.
very clearly.
I put it 27. I was like, here we go. Oh my God, fucking the library. And then I put ... Because damn it. I'm done. I'm leaving again. Bye.
Yeah. Well, so the slow burn of it all.
Do we feel like it was too slow?
Yes.
And that's coming from Virgin Mary over here. And I'm just sitting here
That
like,
was
oh,
way-
come
So
on.
I could have used an episode earlier.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was like, again,
really
really? We're going to
pissing me
push this for another one?
Yeah.
Fine.
So like I think about this, like
That is an art. It is a fine.
And I didn't even need them to have sex. I just wanted them to like acknowledge
Make
each other.
out or
I didn't even want them to have sex. I just wanted them to acknowledge that they both liked each other. That's
Like,
all I
like,
wanted.
liked.
Like not liked. Liked.
Liked.
I think
That
when
sounded very elementary. I'm sorry.
when Ann and I review books on this podcast,
that they like each other.
they like each other.
Yeah,
We often are like, okay, we're on page 242 and there hasn't even been a kiss yet, and I'm getting
Yeah.
kind of frustrated.
that's
Yeah.
the informed consent.
I'm over it.
Professional.
Yes, that is the informed consent that we often will give our listeners. It's like this is taking too long.
Yeah.
Too damn long.
And so, like, when I think about if we were to translate this, because obviously this is not a direct translation of the book. If we were to translate this season into a book, we would be like in the 300 level pages of
Yeah.
not having anything. Like,
And it's only like a 400-page book. And,
Yes.
and you're going to end up
Season one
getting 50
was
pages
like-
of smut.
yes,
Season 1 was like, let's rail against a tree every
Yeah.
3 seconds. And here we're
Yeah.
they won't even look at each other.
Again, this season it makes me curious what season 3 will be like. I was about to say chapter 3. What season
Chapter
3 will
three.
be like because will it be more like season 1?
Because we haven't
terms
seen
of
Colin be
sexual
scandalous at
content.
all. Neither one of them has been scandalous at all. So how are they
I
going
think
to like...
Penelope is a little spicy
Yeah.
I believe it.
because I think she's more worldly than her
Oh yeah.
her maidens.
She knows her shit.
before her.
Well, and Colin has wet his wick across Europe now.
Wet
and
his
so
wick.
he's ready
Yeah.
to roll.
Wet his wick.
Roll around in the hay.
And I wonder how
Hey.
the season 3 is going to do with Daphne, or not Daphne, Penelope.
Or Eloise.
Eloise. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
that
You're
would
like
be
reading my
fun.
mind now.
I'm worried about little Eloise.
Like how they're gonna like their friendship's gonna, because we left it at season 2 where we're way ahead, but like
Yeah, we're
we
not
left
doing
it
those
we're like
episodes today.
they're not.
I haven't watched them yet.
Oh, yes, you have.
We watched
Well,
it a year ago.
over a year ago.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had my homework.
I've not finished season or chapter 8.
It's always my favorite when you reply back like, "We get it, Brandon."
We get it. You're better than us.
You're better.
No, just Forced in Hotel with the Netflix. But I went all the way to 40, so clearly
Okay.
I went dry.
Yeah, I jumped like 10 minutes too. So we get another scene where Violet forces Eloise to dance with a man.
Yes.
And they start to have a decent conversation, but then he quickly is like, kind of insults her and is like, well, once you get married, you won't need to like educate yourself anymore. And
She's done
like, the
then.
fuck? Yeah. And so
She said no.
she stops dancing with him and she tells him, the next time you compliment a woman, make sure not to insult her entire sex in the process.
And she walks off.
Yeah, fuck him up. I love
him
her.
up.
I love her so much.
I do too.
Yeah, she's and you put here, Katie Bird, bad bitch energy.
Bad bitch energy.
It's a real, and it comes from a position of privilege. Like, I couldn't help but think that the whole time. It's like, she's able to do this because her needs are met. Like, she's able to say, fuck the system. Like, fuck this, having all the...
She's going to be comfortable forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's able, and Marina touches on that in season 1 really beautifully, of, like, this is a luxury.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to just say, fuck convention, I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Fuck convention.
So-
like
Yeah.
the patriarchy.
Theo
Yeah,
says that
exactly.
towards the end. I know that's in a later episode, but that's what Theo ends up saying to her. He was like, "Look, you get to do this. Like, I
This is fun
cannot
for you.
be
Like,
seen
yeah.
with you."
I
Yeah,
hope Theo gets another part
I
in
do
season
too.
3.
I
I
love
hope they
Theo.
can spin that back around.
and I did. I mean, I hated it because I know that that's not what Eloise is doing, but
That's
but
not at all
still,
her
yeah.
heart, but it's
He's like,
privilege.
"Listen, you have to understand. Like, we don't live the same life."
Well, and I think he says, like, you have the protection of
Yeah.
your family's name.
Yep.
I have nothing.
I have
Like,
nothing.
if I mess up, like, it's on me, and it's the consequences are dire.
Yeah.
Consequences are dire.
A couple minutes later, Kate and Anthony dance for the first time. Like hands on bare skin. It's very spicy. And Lady Danbury is watching them, and I wrote, Lady Danbury smells a rat, a smutty, spicy, dirty little rat. She sees it and she's like,
Wait just a minute.
wait a damn
I want to be
minute.
like that when I'm that age. I want to be this, like, gossipy, but, like, for
Yes.
good, using my powers for good.
Yes.
My insight into the human condition of just like, I think these little...
Interesting.
Well, I do already live vicariously through other people's dating lives.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I was married young, so I
Yeah.
just really appreciate others.
Yeah.
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 Reading other people and like that thing,
Yeah.
like the gossiping and reading other people. My mother-in-law calls it spidey senses. She says it's my spidey senses. It's my spidey senses.
Especially when people don't know it or they're not admitting it yet to themselves that they're into someone.
Yes.
It's like I'm sensing some
I'm
vibes.
sensing a little something.
It's just so fun.
Yes.
It makes me so happy.
I remember where we're at now because that's where Mother Feather decides that she's going to get the cousin when and then she got the people to walk out.
They're in the conservatory.
Yeah, because the quote that she uses, the daughter goes, "I would love to wear you, cousin Jack." And I sat there and thought, pause this fucking television.
just
I'm
a
like, I
minute.
have to write that down. I was like,
It's disgusting.
That quote, "I would love to marry you, cousin Jack."
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean,
Ew.
it
Yes,
that's
was
gross.
like fourth removed.
And
but,
then the
yeah.
hard turn of him being like,
Ew.
"Look, I don't have any money."
I know.
I wanted to remove myself at that
Yeah.
point. That's
Lady,
disgusting.
Lady Featherington's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I wrote, you ruined everything, you stupid bitch.
Yeah. She
Like,
did.
He was
You
trying
stupid
to
bitch.
save you all.
He was
Yeah.
like,
really-
"I was trying to marry into the Cowpers.
I was trying to marry into some money.
So
I
that
don't
we
got no
could.
money." And she was like, "What?
You
What do you
ruined
mean?
You ruined everything, you stupid bitch.
Ruined it. Have you seen Crazy Ex-Girlfriend?
Oh, you would
Second
love
time
it.
we've sung this. It is Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is hysterical. You should watch it. ASAP.
I'm clearly behind.
At 43 minutes, we get my favorite part of this episode.
They were back in somewhere again, right?
So, I think Kate leaves the dance floor, and Anthony follows her, and he's like, they're arguing. It's getting,
I love this part.
It's getting so tense, and he's
I
like,
love when they argue."
it's so hot. And he asks her, I think he's like, "Oh, why do you hate me? Why do you hate me?" And she goes, "Because you vex me." And then Anthony leans in. And he gets so close to her ear and says, "Say you do not care for me. Tell me you feel nothing."
In the shell of the goddamn ear.
The shell of the damn ear.
The shell of the ear. The shell of the
The shell of the ear.
And then Daphne comes in and ruins it all.
I said fucking Daphne, get out.
Cockwalker.
Yes.
I put damn it, Daphne, the wrong fucking time they were about to kiss.
My loins were ablaze. That's
That
what I
would have
wrote.
been so hot.
Yeah.
That's what I was like,
I mean, it's
Tell
a game
me,
of
do you
chicken.
feel nothing?
It's a game of chicken. They're just
Yeah.
like having this standoff of like, oh, I'm not going to say it. You're not going to say it. Like to actively be courting her sister publicly, like while cornering Kate in the library. Like,
and it's that
Speaking of the
challenge
shell of
too
her
because she
ear.
doesn't want to admit it. But he's like, tell me you don't feel anything.
Tell
for
me right now.
And she's like,
As I'm breathing into your ear, tell me
Breathing.
you don't feel anything.
Breathing into
they've
the
already
air.
wallered in the mud together.
Wallered.
They done been wallering.
Done been wallering. That whole thing
They-
just
they
gives me
do.
like goosebumps.
I know. I'm like, oh God.
Okay, so this is where the slow burn is
Yeah.
fun.
So
But like this is good stuff, but we need payoff.
Yes.
We need
It-
payoff
it
or it
needs
just
to
starts
pay
to
out.
be frustrating.
I wanted it in episode 5. After that, I was
Yes.
like, all right, surely we're gonna get something.
Literally anything.
don't.
Just a crumb.
Yeah,
of
just
anything.
a crumb, a speck.
Literally just stream.
This episode ends out with Anthony running out of the house and proposing to Edwina.
So stupid.
In front of a carriage.
In front of a carriage. It's so awkward. It feels rushed and not genuine at all.
Oh, yes.
And Kate
wasn't
looks
genuine.
horrified.
It was awful.
After they had this conversation where Kate is like, we're gonna leave, like, you should not marry my sister, like, this is not okay. And then Anthony fucking does it anyway.
It's so stupid.
Runs out and is like, marry me, Edwina. And Edwina's like, oh my god, he
I
likes
will be your viscountess.
he
is what
likes
she
me.
says,
He
yeah.
likes all she wants is to be wanted.
Yeah.
I hated it.
It's so sad.
To be wanted.
She's a baby.
Yeah, it's so sad.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
I get it.
And before that, we find out that he's broke too. The
Cousin
feather, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Male feather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's trying to
I'll put,
marry.
oh shit, he's
Cressida.
broke too. And then
Yeah.
2 minutes, I was like, this is fucking shit show, pile of big shit. I hate this fucking show. I'm going to bed forever. Good night. That was my response to.
What?
I put
All
a-
caps. This is a fucking shit show. Pile of big shit. No punctuation. I hate this show. I'm going to bed forever. Good night.
Pile of big shit.
I was
Pile of
pissed.
big shit.
I would pile of this.
This pile
Fucking
of
shit
big
show is a
shit.
pile of big shit. I hate this shit, bro. I'm going to bed forever. Good night. Well, I mean, he walked out and proposed. That was my response.
Yeah.
I hit pause. I picked up my phone. And I was like, "Urgh," like angry.
Well,
Yeah, well, it is.
All caps,
it is
periods. As com-
infuriating. Infuriating.
Episode 5 doesn't get better. Nope.
nope,
Sure
I was
doesn't.
in episode 5 and no one has fucked. So, side note.
You're welcome.
That Katie Bird called out in episode 5 of season 1. That was when the fucking began.
Yes.
However, no. So, Simon had already taught.
we
our
did have
girl
that
how
nice
to
masturbation
masturbate.
moment. That
So,
was
there
good. I
was
like
some
that.
sexual content.
Yes.
There
We
had a
was
little
sexual
something.
content
I mean, we do get some closed door with Anthony's ass hanging out. Like, we got a little bit.
That's true.
I don't.
I still enjoy it. Still like looking at it. So the queen offers to host the wedding, which she fucking would.
The queen is just too.
I love her. She can she can smell drama from a mile away.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I will be hosting this wedding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me take care of that.
She is.
She's
good
like,
people.
something's not right here, and it's gonna happen right in front of me. Yep.
Peacocks.
Yes, peacocks.
I put Benedict looks so handsome for school. Sure. He looked really nice.
He does. I am a big fan of him and that model. I think that's hot.
It was cute.
Can you imagine having that be your job of being painted like a French girl?
Having that be your job.
That was
Being
spicy.
the naked girl.
Yeah.
That was spicy. I liked that.
And then he stripped down too
Oh yeah, I liked that too.
Yeah.
at some point.
That was good.
Did they do it? In
Oh
a
yeah.
little-
And halfway
do
through,
it at some point.
just a girl drawing a penis.
Just a girl.
Casual.
I'm just a girl.
Done a penis. We are entertained.
The penis was so small that she was drawing. It was so little.
a micro.
It's so little.
It was so little.
A shower, not a grower.
So Madame Delacroix and Penelope are still working together, and she talks to Penelope about changing up the way they make the dresses, and she says, why should there be limits to a woman's aspirations? They have a lot in common. I like it.
Yeah, why should there be a limit?
I guess I was inspired a little bit later. I was like, Anna, do you want to talk about the architecture in this? I was looking at their
architecture.
summer house.
Oh, it's just
It's
stunning.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Stunning. So I follow several YouTube like different accounts of they buy these old manors.
We're not
frequently
shocked.
Americans, but people will buy these old country manors and renovate them. And so that's the thing. You can have them out as a so this is probably one of those where somebody has renovated it, restored it, and now rents it out to production companies to film in, which I think is fascinating. I would die. I would actually drop everything now and meet a manor in the pouring rain and just marry that manor. And
rub your little bits all over
I'm
it.
not kidding.
Little bits. Oh my God.
Love beautiful architecture more than anything in this world. It's just
I want to know, like, what of these, like, sets is, like, what is an actual house and what is, like, a set
Yeah.
we
in
could
a
probably
studio.
it's probably well documented. We could probably look it up. But
It's filmed in England, right?
yeah, many of them are probably that's a great thing to know. We should look that up. But many of them are they've got to be real because to make these as sets, these would be extremely expensive sets.
Yeah.
Like, and they already exist. Like, there are already manors
Right,
where
I
you
mean-
can film these things.
The architecture in England is so old and beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's been around forever. Like,
Well, but so as single family residences, we don't really our cultures don't really do that anymore, and so that's what's
well, we never
fun.
had buildings like that in America. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're such a young country. Like, we don't have
Exactly.
things
Yeah.
like- we don't have castles here.
that have been
Yeah.
built
We
on
don't have
to over
castles
the
here.
years and years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched one this morning in Scotland, and it's just stunning. I just eat these things up when it's good. But I will do another plug for Shonda Rhimes' New York apartment in Manhattan. It's over there. It was featured in Architectural Digest, and it looks like a Bridgerton home. And
Beautiful.
it's just
Love it.
She's consistent with her taste.
That's
She's
right.
like, I love this shit.
I had a friend that just got back from Ireland. She actually got engaged over there, but she did her little trips around. But she said at the very end, it got very ABC, another big castle.
Yeah.
Another big castle.
We
Never
did a
done a big
castle
castle.
tour. There was
Yeah.
a cannonball in on the side of it because it was was actively used in war. The castle was, and it
Yeah.
had like the Sleeping Beauty gate that goes down. There was a dining hall. It was very Beowulf, like a dining hall thing.
Oh, I
yeah,
can't wait.
And
I
I'll show you the
I wanna
picture.
go
But
to
there
yours
was
so bad.
10th
literally a
anniversary.
cannonball in the side of the castle because
It's
it was
insane. My
just got
family
stuck
has
there.
a castle in Scotland.
Yeah.
My mom's, or anyway, maternal side, I won't say the name, but we are part of a clan, and we have a castle there. And
Yeah,
so
part of a
I
clan.
get to go. I think like we can stay there for cheaper or something.
cool.
All very cool. You know, just gotta have a castle.
Yeah, why not? Everybody's got to have a cool little
Casual
castle.
yeah. Well, I mean, the Bridgertons, they have a city home, a
Of
country
course,
home.
of course. Yes, as you
They have
will.
apartments all over the ton for their various children.
I just the sheer amount of wealth is
Yeah.
just fascinating to
Yeah.
me, and like what they do with the wealth. We spend our money so differently these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for letting me nerd out about
You're welcome.
Nerd out.
beautiful.
I was inspired.
Beautiful
I was just staring at the Aubrey Hall and I was like, oh my God.
Aubrey
It's
Hall is
so beautiful.
incredible. I'd eat
I
that
love
up.
museums.
Well, we
I
went
love-
to
I
the
love it.
Biltmore. You and I went to Biltmore here recently.
We did.
Pretended that we lived there.
Yeah. I was like, this is,
Pretty
this is
That's a
where I
fun
live
thing
now.
to do.
Our
As you go
separate,
down the staircase.
our separate quarters for the man sleeps over there. I sleep over here.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's a separate wing.
You
You
have
think
to, like,
entirely. Yeah,
It's like,
Cross.
this was the woman's wing. And
Yeah,
she had
because
a
clearly I
whole
don't want to be
area.
touched at night.
yeah,
The
ideal.
Easter
Well,
egg.
yeah, I would love to have a wing of the home just to me. That'd be great.
I actually could.
That would be ideal. An ideal situation.
No.
Brandon's a fancy man.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a sailor today, covered in dog hair now.
And cat hair.
That's cat hair.
That's cat hair.
That's exclusively cat hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are,
Because
you
I-
are very fancy. You would be. Would you be in a country house or a city house?
Ooh.
Good
Which would you
question.
cheer? Which would you choose? The one in Mayfield or the one at Asbury?
Wait, a country house or a what?
A city.
City house.
Do you like the Bridgerton's city house or their country house? Or
Probably city
do you know
house.
the difference?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The country house was where they were playing croquet and they had all those outdoor activities. And then the city house is the one that they show at the very beginning of every episode. It's like the big,
With the wisteria on it.
yes, and
Oh, I
it's
bet
connected.
it's got that
little gate.
It's connected on
It's
either
got
side. with other
Eventually, I just
houses.
want to live in a neighborhood.
You want to live with
Yeah.
people. That's super
Yeah.
sweet.
Like
yeah,
y'all
the
have.
suburbs.
Yeah.
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 Well, kind of here.
I
Kind of here
love-
Urban
too.
legends.
I
Yeah.
love to live in the suburbs, baby.
Kind of
It's
here
great.
too, but I
I'm
like
a-
how y'all's are like, it's the
Yeah.
house driveway. I
Yeah.
love that.
All, everything next to
Yeah.
each other.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
suburban legend.
I love it when I
Suburban
having
legend.
children. I love that kind of neighborhood because there's other kids, and so I can just be like, "Go on, have a
Oh,
good time."
that is-
Go
I
on.
remember doing that growing up, and I loved it. However, I would like to have the option to have also a
I
country house.
know. If we can have
want
best of
both.
both.
I would like
want
to be
both.
able to go visit
like
my
to have
country
both.
home when I want to.
The country home, I think, would be so magical, especially this one. Like, it would be so magical to
would like to
go to
have-
Asbury.
Like just some yard for the doggies to go run.
I know.
Just let them leap and bound.
I just need to be on the water. I know our listeners already think I live on the water in my majestic architecture. No, I don't.
No, I
Not
don't.
yet. Not yet, actually. But that is just my dream, to live. Plus, I mean, I don't want to live isolatedly
Yeah.
in an isolated manner away from others. But yes, I think I would want both. That is my
I
final
like-
answer.
I'd like to have both.
To have
I would
both,
like to have. I would like to have a beach house, and I would like for my regular house to be on the lake.
Correct.
So there we go.
We've settled it.
We've done it.
That's what we're gonna do.
I only want to.
We've planned out our real estate future.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Anyway,
Back to Bridgerton.
jumping back in.
Anyway, you know who has multiple houses? The Bridgerton family.
The Bridgertons.
Great segue.
Right.
Excellent. Excellent.
The ring getting stuck on her finger.
That was
Yeah,
so
that's my
funny.
first
It's fate, and I was like, Lady Deborah, do something. I was so tired.
I was like, well, oops. I guess I got to get married. I don't know.
Whoopsies. Won't come off.
Uh-oh. We knew about
It's a
that.
sign.
Yep.
A little bit after that, we start the promenade near the lake, and we get to see
I was like, is this a boat promenade?
Jealous Anthony is my favorite thing to see. He gets so angry.
Yeah.
I love that. Like at first, it was his friend from school, from Oxford or wherever.
Oxford.
That like his friend was definitely there to distract Kate, but now like his friend is actually not Kate.
Kate's giggling.
Kate's laughing. She's taking her gloves off in the boat, and
He's
Honestly.
seething.
Anthony's not listening to a single word Edwina says.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
I love it. God,
And
I'm
then
gonna eat up
so
jealousy.
hot. I love the jealousy.
He walks up to the boat, pushes the guy out of the way, and is like, I'm going to help you out of this boat. And then he falls into the water.
The best scene of the
Blesses
season.
our eyes with the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Ripping all of his stuff off.
Just ripping it off.
And then I love when Kate says, "Don't stare."
It's not proper to
And then she continues.
She's like,
to stare.
however, I'll be staring.
Dripping, soaked, stuck to his body. It's so good.
Good time.
So good.
It's good
So
stuff.
good.
That's the
When he
image that
rips
comes
it off
up
his neck.
when you-
Yeah, that's the image on Netflix.
Yeah,
that
like
comes up.
that's the
They know.
still that you see.
Yep.
Yeah.
They know.
So good.
And we're gonna-
Can you imagine being him and like that is? It's like when you search a
soaking
television
wet.
show. He's like, well,
There I am.
there's me.
Yep.
There I am in my wet shirt.
Anthony Bridgerton.
I mean, the wet T-shirt contest, but the boy version, I like that.
I'm into it.
That I will objectify, and I like that.
All day long.
I'll
All day long.
Objectified.
I'll objectify
Regency
that.
era. Men.
Yes, I love it.
I put. I really like the Theo Sharp. We already talked about it. I put who's this
Yeah.
cutie flirting with Eloise.
I know.
I liked it a lot.
I wrote, I love Eloise's side plot with the cute tall
Yeah.
boy. I don't
Cute
know.
tall
Yeah.
boy.
Theo.
Yeah. Theo.
His name's Theo.
Well, it makes me wonder what's gonna. Because I don't remember her book. It makes me wonder if she'll be incorporated with Theo in this next
I
season.
know.
I hope so.
I love the from Wrong Side of the Tracks, like
Yeah.
from two different worlds,
Oh, yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of romance.
Yeah.
I
So
love
fun.
that. It's so great.
Yay.
It's like The Notebook.
Yeah.
Hot.
But yeah, your favorite movie is Pretty Woman.
Yes.
It's Wrong
Yes.
Side of
Yeah.
the Tracks.
Correct.
Side of the Tracks. I love it.
It's hot.
I put Benedict looks so hot. Okay, taking off his clothes. Keep going.
Okay.
My next note is fuck the Sheffields for real.
Yeah.
They suck.
They were horrible.
I'm wondering if this is beforehand. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I may start talking and y'all are like, oh no, that's later because I don't put timestamps. But I wrote that about Violet calling Anthony out and basically just telling him what he needs to hear, and he gets
So
upset
good.
with her. And because I was like, that's a mom. She's just like, listen, I
honey.
know you, and I know what you're telling me you want, and I know that's not what you want. And he says, when will you accept that you and father were the exception and not the rule?
Oof.
And she says, because I want you to know the joy of an exceptional marriage. And that's
I love Mama
I
Bridget.
want
Yes.
better for you.
Yes.
Yes. Well, and she knew that Daphne and Simon really were in love, or
Yeah.
that Daphne loved Simon anyway.
Yeah.
Like she knew that.
And she just
And so
gently. I love the way that what I wrote here actually is I love the way, because like the way that she enters this conversation is she just kind of enters the room and is kind of just talking to him at first and like is fiddling kind of with her arm and like acting like it's not really that big of a deal, and then just like gently kind of lays it on him. And I was like, she does this with all of her kids. She just kind of gently enters conversation and is like, oh, well, I have you.
Let me drop some real
really
truth
talk
on
about
you.
this. Yeah.
Let's talk some truth real
I
quick.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, Mama
she's
Bridgerton's
a great
awesome.
mom.
She's a good mama.
Yet again, I want to read her book.
Yeah.
I know.
It sounds really good.
I know.
Yeah, we kind of skated over Benedict getting naked.
Yeah,
that was pretty hot.
It was really hot.
Because she was like, yeah.
I need a live model, actually. Could you just please take the stage?
Like, actually, yes.
Go on.
I would love to help you out in that way.
So hot.
Nakedly.
At the dinner, the Sheffields act like total assholes, and they get into a big argument over the table, which is super awkward.
I hate this.
And then Mama Sharma responds.
Lady Sharma.
Responds to her parents and says, "When you cast me out, you set me free."
Oof.
Loved that.
Yeah.
And they kept talking about just their grandchild, and she said, I have 2 daughters.
I have 2 daughters, actually.
2 daughters. And Kate says, my mother has a name.
And then Anthony jumps in and does a big protect and
Yeah.
kicks them the fuck out.
That's my note is Anthony standing up for the girls has me panting.
Yes.
I was like,
Okay.
Oh, I loved it. He even though he's angry and he's like, "Oh shit, I've been tricked." He's like, "But you're also not going to talk about Kate
we're not
like
gonna
that
do
in front of me."
And then he does that. He kicks them out, and then he's like, "Okay, now we also are going to leave, but I wanted them out first.
Yes.
They don't get to
Yeah.
do that, but also I'm going to go home. Now."
Also, I get to go home.
I mean, burden of responsibility.
Yeah.
He really has stepped up to the plate in so many ways. Like, he does a great protect. We love it.
Did this happen before? Speaking of responsibility, I have where he says, my feelings are of no concern. What matters is my responsibility. And I can't remember if he says that to Violet or if that comes after the Sheffield's dinner.
I think that's in the
but
conversation with Violet.
he says, my feelings are of no concern. What matters is my responsibility. And she's saying, I want you to be in a marriage where you feel love.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're allowed to feel feelings. It's okay. You don't have to be just I know. And we talked about this before because he watched his father pass. And so he was like, well, no, this all belongs to me now. And so I can't let anyone down ever. I cannot allow myself to feel love because if I do, then that's weakness. And I can't let that happen. I have to stay responsible the entire time. And I was like, no. There's actually so much strength in feeling your feelings. Baby.
But it feels like it makes... Yeah, it feels threatening. Maybe speaking as an Enneagram 3 who spent a lot of time in therapy, it feels dangerous. It feels risky to like actually honor what you're feeling and act on what you're feeling. It feels, and having grown up in a culture where it was very much condemned. You can't follow your heart. You can't it's risky.
Yeah,
it's
a vulnerable thing to
it's vulnerable
say,
to own it.
Here is my feeling, and I'm going to give it to you, and just trust that you're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Right.
And
You want to keep it in here because you're like, well, I'm just going to pretend like it's not there.
And if you
I'm just gonna
suppress it
cage
for
up.
long
Yes.
enough, if you
It's gonna come out.
if you cut off your access to it, it becomes harder and harder. Those inhibitions becomes harder and harder to like honor. Hey, not even just like falling in love, but like I'm hungry, I'm tired. Like this is what I'm feeling, what I want, what I need. It becomes chronic on like a neurobiological level.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you said he
interesting.
starts to spiral here towards the end of it.
Yeah.
He's like,
It'll fuck you up
Yeah,
because
for
those needs,
sure,
just
for
because
sure.
we don't honor
Yeah.
our needs and meet them directly, like they don't go.
they're still
away.
there. They're still there.
They actually need to be met.
Yeah. Please.
So maybe we should listen to
don't
them
go
and honor
away.
them.
Yeah. We do
And-
have responsibilities. That's okay, but we also have feelings.
Well,
And
our feelings are our
we can do both.
responsibilities.
Yep,
correct.
We can do both.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's relatable in our culture today with toxic masculinity to kind of see
Absolutely.
him pushing it down of like, no, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
It's like, well, honey, how is that working for you? Because you're making out with your fiance's
Yeah.
sister.
Looks like it's not going that great for you.
They're stuck in her titties.
How's that?
So.
Well, anyway. So then a couple minutes later, we get the hottest speech. The hottest speech
all the
ever
Everybody's like all
spoken.
cats. Oh my god.
Oh my god, oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
So
Recap it.
Kate tells Anthony, after you get married, I'm leaving, I'm going back to India. And Anthony says, it is not far away enough. Do you think there is a corner of this earth far away enough that you could travel to free me from this torment? You are the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires.
God, y'all had that on point.
It hits every time.
Talk dirty to me. And then he gets a little bit closer, gets a little like
Goosebumps.
nose touching, and he says, do you even know all the ways a lady can be seduced? The things I could teach you. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, but that I've seen several times now, and every time I'm like,
So I wrote, my stomach did that thing.
Yeah, it did the thing. It did the
me
thing.
too. I'm like grinning and like I got butterflies.
Yes.
I'm like,
And you're sitting there like,
Oh my god. Yes.
how did it affect you, Brandon?
I didn't make a note.
Oh my god!
That's the hottest thing that
that's the
happened
hottest thing that's
episode.
happened. He says, my father
Yeah,
raised me to be a
wasn't
man
really
of
that hot
honor, but that honor is hanging by
Oh,
a
by a
thread.
Did it hot bother
I really don't think I made a note. How did he?
So do you
You
remember
just,
the
you
scene?
just
The
were
fact-
like,
and then-
goodbye.
The fact that I
Their
didn't.
faces are super close together, and then he was like, the things I could teach you, and then he backs away and like shakes his head.
I know. He's like, no.
And
What
she's
time
like,
is this at?
wait.
43.
Oh yeah.
And she's just breathing heavily.
Yes.
I don't
She doesn't say
know.
anything. Like,
I
she's,
wouldn't have known what to say either. I would have been like, what?
So this is
He's
what
like, I'm gonna.
this is what I try to
fuck you everywhere
explain
Sunday.
to like what smut is. Like
This is smut.
I'm super down for the dirty fucking. I love it.
Yeah.
But this
the dirty fucking matters because of
Because of this. This has to happen first.
Yes.
Yes.
This kind of build up.
Yes.
I'm getting all nervous now.
Anyway, I'm starting. I get a little sweaty.
No, I saw it and I had forgotten about the scene, and so I saw it, and then I saw it like 3 times. I may have like rewound it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have to
maybe I
you
gotta
have to
watch
run
that
it back a
Because
little bit.
he said he literally is like, you're the bane of my existence and
the object of all my
because it like
desires.
shifts, and it's like it's just bane of my existence. Ouch. Ooh. And then
Because he does, he pauses.
and the object of all my desires.
And the way he says it, he says the bane of my
Yes.
existence.
I
And then he
hate you.
stops and he makes eye contact.
And the way
and then
he's
he
like,
says, and like he growls it.
and he's like whispering. He's like, "Do you think there's a corner in this earth far away enough to free me from this torment?"
All of us are just giggling. We're just like,
I torment him.
I torment him.
And so I literally wrote, "Kate is the argumentative antithetical dream girl."
yes.
Argumentative, antithetical dream girl.
Yes, she is. I love her.
She's whoops.
Whew.
Yeah,
And
it's an
then
excellent
Anyway.
scene.
and then Anthony kind of decides like,
Anyway.
"Oh, I'm not going to marry Edwina. This is not a good idea." And then Kate chases after him in the woods on her horse again. And she gives a very like Angelica Schuyler, "I know my sister like I know my own mind. You'll never find
Very.
anyone as trusting or as kind. You have to marry her." And he's like, "What?" Okay, I guess.
Well, I guess I'll do
I
that.
guess I will. I mean,
Well, I mean, they're both really good at denying what they really want, but like that is going to backfire. Everyone, lesson, word to the wise: just honor what you're thinking and feeling because it's going to come out one way or
Yeah.
another.
Maybe don't marry the sibling of the person that you're in love with. Maybe we
Yeah.
should do that.
Maybe we shouldn't do
don't
that.
be heavy breathing in rooms of the person. the sister
Don't be
of the person.
whispering in the sibling's ear of the person you're married.
Don't be telling her how
Right.
many ways you can seduce her. It's just such a recipe for disaster.
The
and
things
that is
I
the
could teach
train
you.
wreck of this season that you just can't look away from. You're just like, what? Feel like stabbing your eyes out,
But just like
banging the mic on her head. They're unwell. Spiraling.
This is the Waffle House
I
Saturn
was
story.
just about to say that.
This is what happens.
I was just about to say
This is the Waffle House Saturn
The
story
Waffle
again.
House
My
Saturn
God.
Like-
sliding out.
I think about jumping.
I'm gonna tell something.
The difference is a podcast from night to morning.
Their giggle boxes are getting
Correct. Yeah.
Oh God, I love it.
Oh my god.
I just funny I didn't even make one note of that.
Do you have anything else for episode 5?
I
Does
didn't
anyone
even-
have anything to
I didn't even make one note of that. So clearly, my
That is like the hottest fucking thing that happens in this whole season. Like it's so good.
I find it interesting that people are maybe aroused by different things, and that's okay. That's okay.
It's fine.
What's arousing to you, Brandon?
some at the,
Sexuality is
Yeah.
but when did the episode end? Because I put 33. I put not quote break your father's heart too for Anthony.
not break your father's heart.
Oh, because Violet basically is like, it would break your father's heart to know that you're marrying out of duty and not out of love.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I put that, and then I put is Lady D and her mom just asking Kate to sleep quiet and just let the wedding so she can be independent.
Yeah, Lady Danbury does kind of say this of like,
Yeah.
hey, simmer down.
I got upset when in the dinner. That's when I got upset.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't take this dinner.
It's sad.
I can't take this anymore. There's fighting. This dinner. The blame for Kate. Oh my God. There's things I can teach you. Oh my God. Getting steamy in the library.
There you go.
There we
There it
go.
is.
See a little bit.
Anthony, speak
Oh my
on
God.
it.
Anthony, speak on it
So
finally.
you just felt relief. As you heard him say,
God.
the
Yeah.
For the love of God.
Yeah.
Over here, like,
And then nothing happened. I
Like,
put,
finally.
yeah, and then I ducking hate the show because it changed from ducking to fucking. Fucking went to ducking. Yes.
Well, your name, we haven't said this on the pod yet, but your name constantly autocorrects to
Beanden.
Bean.
And so now,
Oh, yeah.
he's a
Little
beanie
Bean. Weeks
baby.
ago, we decided that you are now Bean.
Yes.
He's a beanie baby.
He's a beanie baby.
That's all I put.
Perfect. So yeah,
Perfect.
That's something.
episode 5 wraps up with Kate basically being like, Anthony,
This is a very inclusive
Yeah.
podcast with all of our
It's just
different
it's
views.
him like galloping away, and
Yeah.
she's just standing there.
Part.
It's like, well, I'll be here.
Yeah. Anyway,
What a terrible thing for him. He
Yeah.
to then be put in his place.
Yeah,
It
he
is
just says
so-
he basically just says okay. And
yeah,
Okay.
tips his hat,
like,
gallops away.
Well, and if she says she doesn't want to be with you, you can't just push it.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, this was just reminded me so much of Hamilton, where it's like, if I tell him that I love him, my sister will be silently resigned, and like she would be fine. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up episode 5. And
Pretty much.
now we can jump into episode 6.
Yay!
Our feelings.
Hooray!
We kick right off with the queen.
Oh my God.
The
We do.
queen. What does
Well,
the queen do?
Oh, because I made the note about like
Tell me what this. Tell me what this note says.
Oh, I was like, I want maids to follow me around, each carrying cats. What a life! Because
I mean-
all the dogs are being followed.
Yeah.
and
All of her
carried.
Pomeranians, which has significance if you've watched Queen Charlotte.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
That's yeah, King George.
The Poms.
She was like, I feel really lonely because you're never with me, and he gets her a Pomeranian.
Oh,
On their honeymoon.
Yeah.
These are Starburst wrappers, everyone.
They're
We're still
delicious.
eating Halloween candy.
yes. And then I was like, then I asked, well, after the queen just snort.
Oh
I
yeah.
also wonder that.
It's got to be
It came out of nowhere. I was
Yeah,
like, wait,
it's-
what's she doing?
cocaine or opium, yeah, something like
No,
that.
she snorts the whole
The whole time, yeah.
season.
Mm-hmm. And season 1 too.
With like this little spoon.
Yeah.
So efficiently.
Yeah,
It's so ladylike of her.
it did. It caught me off guard. I was like, wait.
She just
Yeah,
joked. So
she's just snorting.
Yeah,
That's fine.
just casually.
I mean, honestly, if I had to rule a country and my husband was losing his mind, I probably would too.
Yeah,
Yep.
do a little
I would be
something.
finding
Little
some relief.
Yeah.
Is she the one that I have a note that says an ingenious idea? Yes, this is why I thought of it. Is she the one that says that? I think she's the one
Yes,
that says that
she
at the
does say
beginning.
that. She's
She's like, yeah, that's why I
That's
thought
why I
of it.
thought of
my idea. Obviously, it's genius.
It's clever.
She is bound and determined to catch Lady Whistledown.
Whistledown.
She is out
Yeah.
for blood.
4 minutes. So it's so interesting. Like, Edwina is so hardcore in on this marriage to Anthony, but she's always like, I don't think he likes me. Like,
It's exhausting.
the whole time she's like, I want to marry him so bad, but I don't think he
think he's into
likes
me.
me that much. I'm like, girly, why are you?
Girly.
You're the diamond of the season. Go find somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
That
if he
irritated
doesn't,
me.
yeah, if he doesn't like you, then they have so many other suitors that actually do.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw them lined up in the hallway.
Yes,
All
we
the way
did.
down.
So many gifts.
So many gifts. So many men of high rank. Yeah, this is the part where it gets annoying.
I put 9:39. Is that actually a thing for no hangover? Just keep drinking. Oh, yeah.
Well, the mouth of the dog that bit you.
Hair of the
That's what my
dog.
dad used to say.
Yeah.
What?
Hair of the
Like,
dog.
Hair of the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you hungover, you just drink what you were drinking the night before, and you will
Yeah.
not be. I mean, you'll be hungover eventually, but it stops you from being hungover in that moment.
At that moment, you will not be. You will
yeah.
just
What that
continue to
does
drink
is it
instead.
interrupts
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're drunk again, and then you no longer.
I have
So,
a note from
Benedictus.
while they were drinking, and I said, "Y'all catch those forearms when he drank that whiskey."
Oh God! Just clutching that.
He just and then he just threw it back, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
How is that smut?
You love a
Drinking whiskey?
Oh,
Bean.
there is nothing hotter to me than when my partner is holding a whiskey glass.
I have a picture of Day on my Instagram.
I-
Just like with a whiskey glass.
It's the way,
With a
like
knife.
kind of that, like casual, like a loose.
And like tapping the side of the glass or like running their hands around. Ah, it's so good.
If he doesn't walk up in there and marry Kate, I'm gonna be upset. And then,
No,
okay.
and then he does not.
He doesn't.
Yeah, and then Daphne, one of the best quotes. All of these decisions you seem to make and resent us for don't make us worthy of your family's respect, but makes us pity you. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
it doesn't
okay.
make you worthy of your family's respect. It makes us pity.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
He thinks that he's doing the right thing, but it
Yep.
makes it's we call it being a little bit of a mom.
Oh, yeah, because this is right before the wedding. That's where we're at. Okay, cool.
He's martyring himself, and it's not a good look.
Yep. This is where I did appreciate Daphne because I was like, okay, good for her.
Yeah.
She's saying what she thinks.
I love when she's late for the wedding.
Yes.
And then she says, I just wasn't entirely sure if it's going to occur.
Yeah. It did hurt me a little bit when she told him. She was like, I watched you change. She said, you stopped laughing altogether. In fact, she was like, I just watched you. And that's what Violet says it. I think in an earlier episode, she says something about how Anthony growing up, he was always quick with the joke. Like, he was always just a silly little kid. And he was always the one that was quick with the joke. And that was what Daphne said, too. She was like, you stopped laughing altogether.
Yeah.
And I want to see you do that again.
It's a real trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, he went through.
Yeah.
But he also deserves to
But his
heal.
family's like, we miss you.
Yeah.
Yep.
We love you just the way you are.
So at 12 minutes, Penelope is arguing with Eloise and basically telling Eloise, like, hey, you shouldn't go down there. It's not safe. Like, you don't need to hang out with him. And
Yes, she does.
disguising it as like, I'm looking out for you. It's not safe.
So really, that's my print shop.
Yeah, it's like Penelope is looking out for Penelope. Which I respect.
That's a good point.
I respect, but it just sucks that Eloise's like first good experience like with a
With
boy
a boy.
is just like ruined.
She's collateral damage.
Yeah.
Does she have not told him that she was Lady Whistle whatever? She could have just told Eloise. Of all people, she could have told Eloise.
I don't know.
What prolonging it
But
had such great
it's only
benefit.
making it worse. Like, it's only
Yeah,
making
she
the-
could have just told
the
him.
hurt is just going to be worse and worse.
There was a chance, I think, in season 1 for Penelope to tell Eloise, but she didn't. And at this point, it's like too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Penelope's been reporting on the Bridgertons like scandals and like, you know, it's been betrayal the whole time.
Yeah, but then we know how it all starts devolving from here.
You know how it all.
Forward. But yes, we're coming up on this wedding.
Yes.
Yay!
So right before the wedding,
I love weddings.
yay.
I thrive on a wedding dance floor.
Really?
I.
Somebody get married so we can
Yeah.
It's your wedding.
Let's just turn that back around.
Yeah. Yes.
So before the wedding, we get Antony's big speech and his burden of responsibility. He was born to carry on the Bridgerton name. Everyone else was born to do whatever they wanted to do, but he is born to carry on the name. And so that's why he's so dead set on marrying someone who is like worthy of the Bridgerton name. Just so burdened.
So burdened. So burdened. It's all so heavy.
It's so sad.
Well, at some point though, I have no sympathy. Like I don't care. I just don't. He's martyring himself. Like
Martyring?
he's martyring. He's like
Vocabulary man.
Like you die for what you believe in.
Oh.
Yeah, but what we're saying when we say
The ultimate martyr.
now, we're saying generally someone like falling on their sword for something they don't have.
Gotcha.
Right.
Like it's something that nobody's asking them to.
You
die
don't have
for.
to do
They're
this.
Choosing
Yeah.
to put themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
I would never martyr myself over something.
I've never once done that.
I've never done that in my life.
And then made it everyone else's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
doing it. That I chose.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Myself.
So then we jump into the actual wedding. Edwina and Kate are absolutely fucking stunning. Their skin is
Gorgeous.
glowing.
God.
The purple dress is so beautiful.
She's
It's
great in purple.
silk all the way down.
All the jewel tones she's put in is just, and the silhouette of her dress it's because she's so tall too, but she just looks stunning.
And I'm wondering if like they're bringing in some like Indian colors into it's so
more
pretty.
saturated.
Yeah.
Because the English roses, like Eloise, has that gorgeous, like icy blue.
It's like
matches her
pastel
eyes.
but like they get to be in these bright, beautiful
Because
colors.
they
Yeah.
wouldn't,
Got you.
Kate and Edwina, they would not look as beautiful on those. Like they need the saturated, beautiful.
Their skin is just glowing all the time.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
That makes sense.
They are just absolutely lovely.
I start shaking my ass to the strings version of Sign of the Times. I heard that first note and I was like, I know exactly what this is.
Yes. Started shaking my ass.
That's right. Just stop your crying. It's a sign of the times.
But why do they make you want to shake your ass?
I just love it. I just picture Harry
not?
Styles and I want to shake my.
Yeah, Katie doesn't need a big excuse to shake her ass.
I know.
Correct. You dance with me all the time.
You know.
Yeah. The way he looked at Kate walking down the aisle.
I know.
I was like, my broken heart be still. Like it was
So
just
hot.
Yeah.
That's who he wanted to marry.
I hated the whole wedding. Well, I didn't hate I did hate the wedding because they weren't marrying who they're supposed to be. But when she grabbed the bangle, I was putting not the bangle grab. This is all caps.
I love it.
That was
I put not the bangle grab, period. Someone stopped this shit show of a
Slow
wedding,
motion drop.
period. Oh my God, she figured it out, period. She saw the way they looked at each other, period. At each other now, damn it, period.
In the middle of her own wedding.
Yeah. Very upset.
know.
Yeah.
See, I love it.
thing
Yep.
in the world.
The slow motion drop of the bangle, and then every single person in the room was like, "Oh shit!"
And the way-
Well,
yeah, and she
yeah.
figured it out the way she figured it out.
And then she
Edwina.
took off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Edwina
and then
Sharma.
she done.
She said, "Gotta
Conraded
blast."
out of there. She
Yeah.
Said, "I gotta go."
got a blast.
Got a blast.
She Conraded out of that.
And it could have saved this whole show or this episode or season if they would have just not been a Conrad and
You know
just
what? This is the reverse of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
You're right.
It sure is.
Two girlies and a
Bonrad.
boy.
Yeah.
they're Bonrad. They wouldn't talk to each other.
So
they
wait,
wouldn't
is
communicate with each other.
Edwina Conrad?
Edwina Sharma is
Yeah, I mean,
Jeremiah.
she's blasting the way out of there.
Edwina is Jeremiah.
No.
No, in our version. Remember, we rewrote The Summer I Turned Pretty. to be that Jeremiah is the one.
Well, no, because
that is
Sharma, no, the older sister Kate and Antony is not communicating, so they are Bonrad.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think that Kate is caught
I
in
see
this
your point.
situation because she is
Kate
not. She's not saying much. She's not speaking up.
Really?
I get why. I do get why.
I mean,
I
same.
understand the situation.
Well, no.
However,
I think Anthony, unfortunately, is Conrad because oldest child, burden of responsibility.
yeah, well, yeah,
And then Jeremiah
that's true too.
is Edwina. And then, no, this gets confusing.
It's
really
confusing
quickly.
because Edwina's so mild.
We try to
Well, but then it also, there's one, I guess Anthony would be Belly.
It's not a 1-to-1.
Belly.
It's not. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yes, there are siblings involved, but the
I don't
parallel
want to put
is
Conrad
there.
on anybody.
Yeah.
There's a sibling love triangle,
If
and
I
that is
absolutely
where
had to identify someone for someone, I think that I probably would have to unfortunately say Kate is Conrad, but I don't want to put that on her.
Yeah.
So.
we wouldn't.
She's way
Never
hotter than
assign
Conrad.
that, yeah.
Anyway,
Sure is. It doesn't take much.
I love like the post scandal scenes because it's like Benedict is like offering his flask to anyone. He's
So
like, So
fun.
you want a drink or what? So then Violet and Lady Danbury just start
Cackling about the peacock.
That is so fucking relatable. Like everything's falling to shit, and you see a peacock, and you're like, "Oh god, that's just the funniest thing I've
Well,
ever seen."
when Lady Danbury, because it just kind of clicked. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Don't know what to do.
And we're
Queen Charlotte wants me to
For the
fix it,
first
and I
time
don't know how I'm
in-
going to do that.
For the first time in my life, I'm lost.
I can relate so hard to just
Every day.
falling and on the floor laughing, and because you don't know what the fuck you're supposed to
Yeah.
do.
Honestly,
You're just stuck.
that's my day job. It's
Yeah.
just like I
don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. We're the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yep.
No, I work in
Yeah.
mental health. The points very much do matter, and the rules are not made up.
There's a lot of
I
rules.
want that on the record. But yes, Lady Danbury and Violet, their bestie energy too is so
Yeah.
fun.
It's so sweet.
yeah,
I love it.
that was a precious little.
Edwina confronts Anthony. I do like this scene with her because you do get a little bit of her personality coming out, where she kind of speaks her
Yeah.
mind, and she's like, and he's like, "Hey, I still want to do this," and she's like, "Well, maybe I don't. Like, I don't think I want to accept this for me."
For the first time, she starts having an opinion.
Yeah.
a thought.
Yeah.
And
And she's like,
There's a
"I'll
thought
think about it, and I'll let you know. I'll send you a little card."
yeah, everybody's like, is she gonna come back?
Yeah.
Like, is this just and well, she'll tell you. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
She does talk to the king briefly, which was
Oh, that
so
was
sad.
Yeah, that was a hard watch.
But that was also super beautiful.
Oh, where
Yeah.
he bursts in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Edwina.
He's like, "My bride, she's so
I
beautiful."
did not mean to keep you waiting, Lottie.
I
Is the
know.
bye.
It's gorgeous.
a hard watch, yeah.
It was gut wrenching, but then to see Edwina handle it with such grace, I was
Yes.
like, oh, she's a class act.
Yeah.
She's the real deal.
Yeah.
And it gave me so much more sympathy. Not sympathy, but just like, oh shit, Edwina did not ask for any of this.
Yeah.
This is she was given the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's a
and
good
then
person.
so Edwina sort of gets everybody together. So Kate, Anthony, and Edwina are all in the chapel together. And she comes in and she says, "I have made up my mind, and that is victory enough for me."
Yeah.
Me too.
I have made up my mind, and that is victory enough for me. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I can relate,
did it.
actually.
Yep. Sometimes you just have to
did
make
it.
a decision. That's all you got to do.
I made up my mind. That's victory enough.
Decided a
like-
thing, and I've articulated it, I win.
when I choose where we eat, like the day before, and you ask me, I'm like, I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
And that
I
was
made a
victory
decision.
enough for me.
That was victory enough. I've decided a thing.
I decided one single thing.
God, in relationships, y'all have to like.
You have to decide
Compromise?
where you want to eat.
Yeah, I also don't like to be the one
You
making
just
the
pick?
decisions, and it's not because I don't like to
Okay.
make decisions. It's because I don't like the idea that if I choose something, there's a chance that they might
someone-
not like it,
correct, me too.
and maybe aren't saying that they don't like it. So then I have to live with the knowledge that there's a very good chance that someone in the group doesn't like the thing that I chose, and it's all my fault.
Yes, 100%.
When it comes to
or
So
if it,
I'm like, please, I'm not joking. When I say I'm fine with anything, I actually do mean I'm fine with
Me too.
anything. So please just tell me where
or
we're
like
going.
if
Really?
you do choose something and
I
it
will
goes
make it
horribly
work.
wrong, like you have to wait a long time, or like it's just
not gonna
something.
say nothing.
It's like I fucked everything up. Yeah. No.
This is my fault.
Yeah,
I chose
I
this
ruined
place, and there is an
everything. I'm a
hour
stupid
wait.
Yeah, the over responsibility of it
Yeah.
all. No, I don't feel that way. I did feel that time that we were at the hotel that we checked in at in Nashville with Hope, and we couldn't get in, and we were trying to like pull up. You know what I'm talking about? We were sitting in the parking garage for forever. We were trying to get in the fucking hotel.
Yes, we couldn't get the parking worked out, and then we couldn't find the code. Yeah.
I felt personally responsible for all
well,
of that.
it was fine. It worked out.
we figured it out. But I generally
What are we all doing?
Taylor
for
Swift.
Taylor Swift
For the
concert.
Oh, that was
concert.
Taylor.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was so fun. Really expensive hotel.
Very cute. So what were y'all doing?
He said, "Oh, okay."
What were y'all doing there?
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah,
assholes.
actually, what's that?
Yeah. No waffle knits.
We didn't get wine glasses.
You
We didn't
automatically
get.
assumed we were
I
excluded.
had to pick up all court. You
Anna and I say
way
what
over
you do
there.
is
No
exclude
problem.
people.
Yeah.
We just do it all
we
the time.
intentionally, we're really trying to break hearts over here.
We exclude everybody all the
Our
time.
goal is to harm others.
Correct.
That's why we.
My personal goal in life.
that's what gets us up in the morning.
Yeah.
Directly harm my friends.
No.
She just naturally just wakes up in the morning.
Yeah, really.
That's true. I do just wake up. It's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I do not. I'm a pretty decisive. I just like to be in charge. I really relish it.
That's nice.
I love.
That sounds great.
I love making executive decisions. I love being in charge. I just feel something comes over me, and I feel really confident
that's
about
it.
it all.
I like to present options to the group and then let the group decide.
Yep.
We hear the things we could do.
Yep.
Y'all choose.
We've learned early on that Katie Bird, she will give
Hello.
us options. She's not necessarily going to choose one of them, but she will be
Like,
very
here are the options that we have.
I will do
Oh.
all of the legwork to find the best possible options, and then I will say, y'all pick out of these two
Target.
because
Yes.
I gave you options, and I at least can live with the knowledge that I offered options. And if something goes wrong, we always could have done the other thing.
I don't think
the
of it as.
spreadsheets that we have
Yep.
made.
I
with
never thought
lists.
of it as like the over responsibility thing. Like y'all would feel guilty if it went badly.
I would feel
That's
so much
interesting.
shame. I will all
Oh.
the shame
And
all the
so
time.
Whenever
I will
I'm-
internalize that for the rest of my
This
life.
is giving me friend insight
Yep.
because I'm like, well, shit. I thought
Well,
that I was
shit.
being considerate when I was like, no, seriously, what do you want to do? But these two over
I'll
here,
literally
these two yahoos,
throw up.
They don't want to be put in that position.
I'd be sweating.
But I'm like, no, I want my friends. I really want us to do what y'all want to do.
Yeah.
But
And-
okay,
but I'm
do you
I'm
mind?
But
very,
at Disney,
very,
you
very.
want to take charge.
So that's what I was about to say. I'm usually being very, very, and by usually I mean like 99% of the time, I'm being very honest when I say I honestly don't
Okay.
mind what we do. So if you
Really?
say
I would be lying.
we're gonna
through
do
my
this,
teeth.
and I say
one.
I seriously will make it. Like I will make
Okay.
anything work. I can
one.
generally yes, I can
I'm the
generally
least
find joy
flexible
anywhere
person in the world. I know.
The 1%
I will
is at
make
Disney.
any, but Disney World. If it's something that I know,
We were
and
eating
I
at this
know
time, we were
that
eating
what
lunch at this
I've
time.
chosen is the best possible option, then I do
Well,
not mind at
I
all
love
to make
that.
decision there.
I love
Because I've done it before and I know that it works. So
Okay,
I say
love
this is what we're doing.
deferring to like a
Yeah.
friend who has done something before or been somewhere. I'm like, oh my god, please.
Yep.
I love.
Yeah.
Like I will be your mouthpiece to like say, hey, no, we should do what she's saying because
Yep.
she's researched it.
Yep.
I hate the thought that I've put my. This is fun because we go and do group things, so now I know that I can make a decision. And if y'all say you really don't care, then you mean that. You're
I honestly
Yeah.
do mean that I do not mind.
And this
Yep.
is where we differ too, is because like
I'm like,
at
let's do it. Let's go.
At work in class, I make decisions and I'm always telling people what to do.
God.
And with y'all, I am the follower. So again, I'm on
I
their
love
boat.
making
Yeah.
decisions.
Believe it or not, I'm on with them
Yeah.
for once.
I really am
I
up
could
for
leave
The
anything,
couch is
anytime.
divided. I just don't want to make a decision.
I could gladly.
I will
be
follow
your
you around Disney any day.
Yep.
Any vacations, y'all plan it out. I'll just show up.
I will happily do
with
that.
the Starbies and my backpacks.
Perfect.
And where are we going?
Wrap up episode 6 because
Okay.
crazy things
Damn
happening.
it.
There's lots of hiding in closets.
Yes.
Yeah, we skipped over that part. Do you remember the hand grab? I remember that part. God.
Hot.
Finally, you're like, Brandon's getting into it. I remember that. I was like,
So
Episode 6,
Eloise
right? Yeah.
does run back down to the poor area. I don't know what to call it. The place where the working
the
class live.
poor area.
Yeah, the place where the working class live. And Theo is so sweet. She's like,
Angel.
I think of you a lot in my brain. And she's like, I'm just wondering if you also think about me.
And if you wanna
then he
talk to
pulls out
me.
a stack of books, and he's like, I read all of these, and I set them aside for you.
Cute.
I was like, baby, so hot.
I think it's adorable, and I would be like, I don't want to read those. Can you read them to me?
That's also hot.
That would be my version of the smut.
I mean, I was like, and like he's just holding them in his hands. I'm like,
Just like this.
Let's lounge by the fire and you can read to me.
yes.
Earlier in the episode, she says something to Penelope about, because she's like, I'm having feelings for Theo. And she says, my feelings about his feelings don't matter unless I'm positive about his feelings.
Correct. Me
Yeah,
too.
I get that.
Yes, me too.
It's exactly right.
It's hard. It's hard. Unrequited love. Or not knowing what the other person
Yeah.
And then at the very end of the episode, we get finally the very first kiss at the end of episode 6. So that is like
A kiss.
7-ish hours of content
75% of the way through.
with no physical contact, really. But it's a hot one. They just like
It is
kinda
a hot one.
come together,
It is a hot one.
and they
Yes,
just
it was.
the long
he really gets his tongue in there.
He really does. That is that's a little. Let's recap that one.
Yes.
Watch that
Get
one
a
again.
laugh.
And then they
Run
step
that
away
one
from each
back
other,
through.
and they're like, "Oh no,
Oh, no.
oh no."
Ew.
Yeah, that's the end of episode 6. We
Yay.
get a kiss,
My goodness.
and so you know that these next 2 episodes are going to be spicy.
Yeah. Did I forgot sorry, I forget things. Edwina's speech to the king, was there any significance about that?
So there
Did I miss
There was.
what the whole point of that was?
So part of it was that she was compassionate to someone with an mental and emotional intellectual disability. That was really lovely and kind and compassionate. And so the humanity and her graciousness in not being put off by
And the queen
having a
feeling
break with
safe,
reality.
like that the secret would not get out
Yes.
because Edwina
Yes.
would just take that and
That
not
was
tell
really
him. Yeah.
lovely because so she keeps trying to hide that
No
Mad
one
King
knows
George
that-
is
yeah.
not okay. So there's this bit. So safety. I don't know. She just did such a class act there, but also she was talking about true love, and she was like, "I'm sure that you and the queen are familiar with this love."
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's
and
really
it just
sweet.
really
Okay.
touches the queen's heart too.
Okay.
Because she's talking, I forget her exact words, but it's like you understand the trueness of loyalty and love.
Yes.
Now it's making sense.
And this is a great day because he thinks it's his wedding. And so she's like, you go get ready. We got it. We're all going to be just fine. It's beautiful. And then
Really
you had another
sweet.
question on here.
Someone
Someone please explain this to me.
Eloise, go get your man. But I
I'll
don't
always
know
go
what.
get your man. Yeah.
Why?
Someone needs to
Other
explain
side of
this to
the
me, but
tracks. Other side of the tracks. They couldn't be together. Brandon.
Yes.
This is Regency era
So
England.
forbidden.
maybe that's what I needed to know.
It's,
Your
it's
Admiral's
same
kicking
situation with Anthony and Sienna, like different social
Yeah.
classes. You can't do it. That's why Miss Sharma, the elder, like the mom, was shunned because she
Yeah.
married a clerk who's like working class.
That's why her parents did not speak to her for 20, 30 years.
Yeah,
Bonkers.
and like super intense rules.
So stupid.
But like
Yeah.
everything gets
That's
harder
so
when
silly.
it's forbidden. That is so silly.
silly.
So
That's
silly.
what Savannah says when the boys do something.
Yep,
Fucking
that means fucking stupid in toddler language. That's so
So
silly.
silly.
That is
So
so
silly.
Stop being so silly. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cute. Well,
Wow.
episode 6.
We
Wow.
did it.
We ended with a belated
Nice little
make out.
With a tongue down
Yeah.
Kate's throat, which I enjoyed.
Pussy
watching.
Drippers abounded.
Yes.
Hot, hot,
2
hot.
more episodes left.
That's right.
I know.
Next week we will do episodes 7 and 8 and wrap up season 2.
I'm ready for it. The way that she figures it out. Oh my god. I clutched my pearls, my legs, my toes. I clutched everything.
That he said the things that he could
I
teach her.
clenched my
and
butthole. Which
we
is
sure do
pure,
be learning.
We be learning.
We be learning.
Clinch.
Yes.
I clenched everything. I
You-
was like, oh, here it comes.
It's tense.
Yeah.
It's tense.
Well, y'all, you can look forward to some kind of mysterious, incredible content in those weeks before season 3 is released. But y'all can look
Yeah,
forward
look
to
at
these
us.
But
coming up.
and you can find out that stuff if you follow us on TikTok and on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Smut is better with friends on Instagram.
Are we doing a Facebook?
Ew.
We're not boomers.
I said Instagram.
Instant. We would never.
So you can always email us at smutisbetterwithfriends@gmail.com. Our DMs on Instagram are open, so please reach out and look out for some cool new content coming your way.
Y'all, thank you for joining us today at the Smut Club. Y'all are the reason why Smut is better, because y'all are our friends.
Yes.
Y'all, meaning Brayden and Savannah and all of our listeners.
Yes, and if you love this podcast, tell your friends about it. Word of mouth is super important.
Give us a 5-star review.
Yes, rate and review the podcast, because it also helps the algorithm boost it to
The
folks.
algorithm.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, you can give us whatever reviews.
It doesn't
your
matter.
fancy, but,
5 stars, what we prefer.
our favorite
Yeah.
is actually 5 stars.
I mean, y'all have only done 5 stars so far, because this is obviously
Because it's a 5-star.
Oh, duh.
content.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yes, y'all, thanks for listening. Enjoy. Y'all need to
Yeah.
watch
Look at those.
7 and 8.
Yeah. Look at those forearms.
Yes. And have a very safe and restful Thanksgiving. We are grateful for each and every one of you who are listening to this podcast.
All of our darling listeners.
We did it.
Okay, we gotta
We
go
did
pickle.
it.
We gotta go
We
pickle
gotta
it
go.
out.
So until next time, the things I could teach you.
Object of all my desires.
We did it.